Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode. Didn't have an episode last week as it was piss poor weather and I didn't really fancy going out in it, so sorry about that. Today it's still pissing down outside, but I can get apart some of the bits off the front and rear subframes. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start stripping these front and rear subframes, get them back down to bare metal, just the subframe itself, all the auxiliary parts off, shocks, discs, drive shafts out, and yeah, then we can start restoring these parts because they are 23 years old and never probably been touched. So yeah, let's start cracking on and getting the brake calipers and discs and shocks off all of the drive shafts, subframes, and jumping back when I do that. So apart from the bushing, which is going to have to be either bashed out or burnt out or whatever, this side is done. As you can see, that's what it started like, that's what it is now. Caliper off, subframe holder off, rear disc with the hub off. Hub actually goes inside the disc, so that had to come off as one. All the brake hoses, ABS sensor off. But yeah, it's not going too bad. Just got to get this side done now, and then rear subframe's done until I can get those bushings pushed out. It's going alright. So I have decided to, I'll strip this side, by the way, sorry, forgot to mention that. But yeah, I have decided to try and scrap the idea of taking that apart today, because that is a whole separate video. We're going to just restore this rear subframe, try and get as much of the crap and shit off of it. See, it just comes off. Most of it's just dirt and old rust. But yeah, let's try and get this subframe to a nice position where I can prime it, try and flat back all these rust spots with the grinder, and then yeah, see what I can do. After a good hour, I've got this subframe up, leaning up here, this one bushing out. I basically just set a light to it, watched it burn for 30 minutes, and hit it as hard as I could with a hammer, and got the inner rubber bushing out, and then smack the plate out. So I'm going to try and see if I can record the other side, and then clean up a bit more of this rear subframe. But yeah, that was very long, but let me see if I can record me doing it this time. Yeah, bench vise set up. I've got my fan going, extractor fan going, because this does smell and it does create a lot of fumes. I'm going to try and remove as much of the rubber that you can see will just come off, and yeah, set it alight, watch it burn. So I've got WD-40, the WD-40 burns, spray it all up around all the bushes, lower bushes, upper bushes, remove anything that's going to catch a light around and underneath. It drips, and it drips hot thingy, and then you want to start setting it like that. Now, you can probably use a different product other than WD-40. WD-40 is all I've got. So grab a little bit of tissue paper, just to leave it on top. That will eventually catch light as well. And it will soak into that rubber bushing. You can see down here already starting to come loose where the rubber's burning. See that rubber is starting to loosen now. All this up here is starting to come loose and burn. Some more WD. Let's get that fire going. Although really nice if it's really cold, which it is today. You can see all of this black rubber is just oozing out. It's helping melt the rubber inside. And then, when you can see a weak spot, you create the weak spot. Smaller. So that's come through out the bottom now. And we're going to spray some WD-40 down in that hole in an attempt to get around it. Now you need to create a weak spot over the other side. Now you can see this bit's going to want to come off, but it's still on fire. That's fine. And just leave it hanging. And there it goes. That is the rubber bit out. And now what I've got to do is find a weak spot in the metal whilst it's still hot. Spray this everything up. See that? As it's cooling down, it's constricting again. And that is that bushing out without a press, just fire and hard labour. Now we can clean up the rest of this rear subframe. I cleaned up most of the rear subframe. I hit it with a coat of zinc primer to stop it from rusting again. As you can see, if I flip it over, this is what this side looks like without the primer. Just sanded down, ground back with the angle grinder, getting all the surface rust off. I'm just going to leave this side primed just to see what it's going to look like, or if I need to sand it back a little bit more. And then if I don't, I can hit it with some underseal, because it's the pit that's most exposed to the elements. Hit it with some underseal. Oh, an absolute mess. Look at the fucking barnet. But yeah, this is going to be a short little episode. Look at the barnet, boy. But yeah, this is only a short little episode, just doing some stuff on the rear subframes. But yeah, if you did like, please like, subscribe, and I shall see you on the next one, when we're probably going to start doing this front subframe. Boy, I need a haircut. But yeah, anyway, if you did like, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.